Well, lads, how are you all doing? And welcome back to another Boosh video. 3 weeks in a row, people. We're doing great. 3 weeks. This must be like an all-time record for the Boosh channel, where I'm actually going to keep on pace of my upload schedule. Even with the new job that I got. For any of you that don't know, I got a new job the other day. It's a 9 to 5. Boo! Boo! But Boosh, you said you wouldn't work a 9 to 5. Blah, blah, blah. I'm broke. I'm really broke. I need the money. We'll save up and we'll go down that rabbit hole a different time, but I need the money for the moment. But today what we're going to be talking about is not going to be about that 9 to 5. No. It's not that it's just not that interesting. It's a phone shop. But we're going to be talking about obsession versus passion. All of us have passions. I would hope. Most of us, I'm going to guess, have a passion, and some of us have obsessions. Particularly whenever it comes to obsessions, it could be a good thing. See, obsession, just because you have an obsession doesn't make it a bad thing, and it doesn't make it a good thing. It just depends. If you are like me, right, and you're an aspiring content creator, you might obsess over the making of content or wanting to be the next Mr. Beast in your area, or the next, the next biggest thing. You obsess over wanting to be successful in content creation, like myself, which is something I really want to do, and it's something I want to dedicate my entire life to doing, right? It's not simply about if I do get there, it's about how long it will take me to get there. I know I'm going to get there one of these days, but it's one of them things where it just depends how long it takes. But then there's the other bad obsession type, which is listen, the film that came out recently called The Obsession. If you haven't seen it, I haven't seen it either. But from what I the little clips I've seen on the likes of TikTok and Instagram and just all over the internet, it's basically about this woman who's obsessed with this boyfriend that they split up and blah blah blah. But she's crazy, right? She's crazy. But that is the bad kind of obsession, because, you're obsessing over that, and it's something that shouldn't be obsessed over. Yes, it's great and all if you obsess over your partner and you love your partner very dearly, but whenever it starts getting a bit stalkerish and creepy and just, all that kind of icky stuff, then that's the bad kind of obsession. But then there's a difference between having an obsession over something and having a passion over something. Obviously, having a passion for, say, the likes of, you like doing bowling, right? Who doesn't, right? I have a passion. I like to play bowling the odd time. It's something I find fun. But I'm not an aspiring, I'm not an aspiring bowling, world champion or something. I don't have an obsession over bowling. I can go times without doing it. I don't need to. I don't need to play it all the time. But it's something I like doing, and it's a passion. It's something that I do sometimes, but not all the time. It's not something I dream about every single night. I don't go to bed thinking about, will I get that 300 gain today? Oh, will I get it? I'm like tweaking. I'm like, you can swear I'm like a guy on Skid Row, tweaking over the thought of getting 300 pins. No, I'm like that though with content creation, right? And this is kind of what I wanted to chat about, and I have a couple questions that I've asked myself that I've kind of come up with. And, well, the first one that you kind of have to ask yourself is, can you be too passionate about something? Yes and no. I find that you can be too passionate about certain things, particularly with having a relationship with somebody. I'm not on about particularly, in regards to, like, as in, like, boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm on about having a very, very, very big and almost, like, weirdly, like, not natural obsession over someone. Now, whenever I mean that, it could be you fangirling over your next K-pop idol or something like that, and then having a shrine, of them at your house. I find that a little bit bad. It's a bit weird. But listen, if any of you Boosh viewers, oh my god, I can't speak. If any of you Boosh viewers are out there and you have a very big obsession with me, I can understand. I'm sexy, Irish, and good looking. Come on now. Come on. But I mean, listen, if any of you have a shrine out there, personally, I'm flattered, but please don't do that. That's a bit weird. That's a weird kind of obsession. But, that would be a bad kind of obsession. And then that's whenever I would say that, you'd be a bit too, that's far too passionate. But on the lines of, as I said, about content creation, it depends, right? If you're really obsessing, really obsessing, because the likes of Mr. Beast, he was really obsessed with content creation, and he didn't stop at what he did, and he works, 17 hours a day to make content. That guy works his ass off, right? And that's something that I think has to be still respected. He's a very big passion for his job, but he has a major obsession for it. It's the same with me. Well, obviously I'm not on the same scale as Mr. Beast. Not yet, but I would have a very big obsession with content creation. I very, very much obsess over it. It's like the only thing it's the only thing I see myself fully doing. It's the one thing I want to do in this life. It's something I really aspire to do, and I do have a very major obsession over it. I've been obsessing about this for the past couple years, right? But of course, over time, I'm learning, and obviously, I feel like I would be a bit further right now in content creation, but I feel like there's, I just take my time too much, and I don't, I'm obsessed with it, but then I just don't focus too much time in it due to procrastination and stuff like that, and I kick myself for it. It makes me sick, but I think that's not too bad of an obsession, right? Same with, having, your favorite hobby or something like that, your favorite hobby being your obsession. But those aren't bad, particularly, right? Those aren't bad. You can and you can't be too passionate about something, I find. But then you kind of have to ask yourself, when does passion become obsession? Where's the fine line between it? I'm gonna go back to this K-pop idol stuff, but these ladies be obsession over whatever the guy's called, Sum Jae Wong or whatever. not to be racist, I genuinely just don't know his name. I think it's like that. But what is it? Jungkook. That's not even the same guy, but we're gonna go with Jungkook, right? You could perhaps, you could be a fan, right? You might have a passion for watching this guy, listening to this guy's music, or blah blah blah. You might have a passion for enjoying that stuff, right? But then whenever it starts going into keeping a strand of hair of him from a concert, making shrines, and having an entire Twitter account dedicated to posting about every single thing that guy does, I think that's whenever it kind of becomes a little bit too obsessive. Obviously, you can still have an obsession over him, but then whenever there's like, weird behaviors, whenever it comes after being a bit too obsessive, that's whenever it starts to be a problem. But I would say having an obsession and having a passion, I feel like the difference is there. I feel like with the passion, it can be time to time, and you can go without doing it. Of course, if you enjoy doing it, that's great, but you can go without doing it. Whereas obsessing over it is kind of worrying about it and being like, oh god, no, I need to do this. I need to, for example, I need to watch Jungkook. I need to watch this. It's something I need to watch. Oh my god, I love him so much. Come to my wedding. Be the husband at my wedding. Be the husband. Yeah. But the thing is, right, whenever you obsess over something a lot, then sometimes it can even affect your health. I think that's whenever it starts to become bad. Whenever it starts affecting your health. Like, the thing is, right, and this is a question I like to ask myself, even about my obsession personally with content creation and stuff that I like doing, is would you sacrifice your health to achieve your dream, right? And most people would probably say, yeah. I mean, the thing is, content creation for me is my dream, right? It's something that I really do aspire to do, and it's something I really, really want to do, right? Now, sacrificing your health, I feel like that is something, the thing is, right, your health is your wealth, right? There's nothing that's more, there's nothing that's more amazing, or I can't even word, but basically, right, the best thing about you is your health, right? If you can keep your health up, it doesn't matter in what state you are, right? Your health is your wealth. And if your health is declining just to get to your dream, obviously that's a bad thing, right? It's a bad thing, right? And it depends how, like, what your health, like, the thing is, right, I don't think that you should be exactly sacrificing your health to achieve your dream, right? It's not something you should be doing. And I feel like there's a lot of people who do that. A lot of people who aspire to do something, and they sacrifice, the likes of, there's some people who could sacrifice, of that visit to the doctor just because they're obsessing over this one thing. And obviously that's a really bad thing. Now, the lines of sacrificing not your health, but like, your energy to achieve your dream, fuck yeah. I mean, listen, that's grand, right? If you want to achieve your dream and stuff like that, but you want to spend so much time doing it, and you want to stay up for however long and only get 4 hours of sleep just to achieve your dream, fuck yeah, go for it, right? It's a grind, right? a lot of the time, especially for getting your dream in this life, you kind of have to work very hard for it. Now, it's not just handed to you. Now, some people do get it handed to them, and for that I say fuck you. But, you know, I personally, right, I know a lot of the stuff I want to do, it's big ambitions. You know, I could have a less high, like I could have less of a higher goal and just kind of go with, oh, I just want to work the 9 to 5, and boom, I've already achieved my dream. My dream is now 9 to 5, but it's not. I have such big obsessions with being big. I want to be somebody. I don't want to be gone on this lifetime and be nothing. I want to make a staple of this earth. I want to have something that my children or like my grandchildren or whatever, you know, later down the line in my line can look back and watch what I've done, you know, or watch my, you know, as I like to call it, my entertainment, right? This could be entertainment for somebody, or it could be just a one big nitpick if somebody doesn't like me. They could be hate watching right now and be like, oh, look at this fucking Boosh guy. Who the hell does he think he is? But I want to make content that doesn't just entertain, but it inspires. And would I sacrifice my general health for that? No. Would I sacrifice my sleep for it? Oh, fuck yeah, right? Hell yeah. I mean, now, whenever it goes back to health as well, I mean, listen, if it means I have to jump into a cold pool in like negative 10-degree weather and the worst case scenario, I get a cold out of it, then yeah, that's grand. Then you can sacrifice getting a cold. You can get a cold. You know, if it means, you know, achieving whatever the fuck that is, right? I don't know why you would do that, but your health is your wealth. I don't think you should be sacrificing your health for anything in your life. Because think about it like this, right? Would you rather get $10 million, be financially secure for life, but you only have a week to live? Or would you rather have the best health in the world? Or would you rather stay is what you are right now, right? Most people think, oh Christ, a week's not enough. You know, that's not enough time. And that's the thing, right? Your dreams mean nothing. Your success means nothing if your health is shit. If you are in a bad health state, but you have your dream achieved, that doesn't mean shit. You know, I think the human, like, you know, your life is much more worth living than your dream. But anyways, right? But another question I like to ask myself is obsession actually necessary for success? Again, it's like one of these things where it's like yes and no. Now, if you want to be the best content creator in the world, I come on. I think that you need to kind of have an obsession over content to get there. Mr. Beast didn't get there without obsessing. Hopefully, as I said, I probably won't get there if I don't obsess, and that's why I'm obsessing. Because if you just have a passion for it and you enjoy it, yeah, you can get there, right? But a lot of people who get it like really, really far up and have all this and that and the other do obsess over it. But again, it's not, you don't need to particularly obsess. A lot of the time, you don't need to particularly obsess, but you can still have a passion in doing it. But like, do successful people need to be obsessed with their goals, right? That'd be like another question. I mean, like, again, no, it's just like a lot. See, a lot of these things can still be, you know, achieved without obsessing. You know, a lot of them can still be achieved without that, right? And they can just be something you can achieve even through having just a passion for it. And obviously, whenever obsession starts affecting your health or starts affecting, you know, it becomes too obsessive, I think then it becomes a problem. Whereas passion, you can have a passion for something and enjoy doing it, but you can go without, you know, you could go without having that thing in your life for more or less, you know, however, like whatever prolonged period. It can just be a hobby. It can just be something you enjoy. It doesn't need to be something that you need. It's not like air to you, right? But listen, I think that's obviously, you know, I feel like a lot of this video is waffling, and you could disagree. You could tell me to go fuck myself, and then I'm very, very wrong. But that's okay, right? But obviously, my name is Boosh. I'm going to do a video again next Sunday, or whatever. I don't know. I might upload before this, but it's more likely going to be Sunday at 9 p.m. Irish Standard Time in UK, or if you're for some reason American, which seems to be 65% of you, 65, then it's probably like, what, 4 p.m. Eastern Time? So, yeah. But listen, if you enjoy me and all that kind of stuff, you know, make sure to please subscribe. I'm really, really close to 300. And yeah, listen, my name is Boosh, and thank you very much, and bye-bye!